All right, guys, what a game. Your Seahawks come out on top 29-26. And can I just say, the Geno Smith haters are real quiet right now, sub 66% pass completion percentage. That's still pretty good. Almost 400 yards and two touchdowns, no turnovers by the Seahawks today. I just want to say, great rebound game by Geno Smith. I love that he did that against this team because even at halftime, you had Geno Smith haters just constantly talking about, oh, start Drew Lock. Look what we're doing. We scored 9 points. Let's just blame it all on Geno. Let's have him be our scapegoat. Absolutely not. You saw that, and we scored. We scored. We started scoring. Yeah, sure, some of that is yak, and some of that is yards after the catch and just like getting open looks. But he made those throws. And that is there. Your props are, Mr. Smith. Great game to rebound from the last few, and they will be quiet for a couple more weeks, hopefully. Just what a game, man. It was 9-9 at halftime because we couldn't score a field goal because that was one of the mistakes Joe Smith did make, actually, with the intentional grounding. But, yeah, it's just 9-9 at halftime. It was looking kind of weird but then they score, we're down, and then we score that touchdown with K9. And then we were ahead. We should have won this game. It shouldn't have been this close. But at least our offense really picked up. Let's just say they really picked up in that second half, and they got the win, which is a well-deserved win. These Commanders are a wild card, like I said earlier, that they aren't as bad as their record shows. They're a pretty good team. Sam Howell is not a bad quarterback at all. But what did I say? I said you need Boye Mafe to get a sack. You need to instill pressure on him. He does not play well with that, and it worked. That's true. I want to start off on the bad side of the ball today, and that's going to be the Baltimore Ravens. And that's going to be the defense. What the hell? What was that? You play pretty well. You allow that big play to open the game, and then you kind of lock them down. You only allow a field goal for the rest of the half in that first half. But then what are we doing in the second half, guys? Even the third quarter. Third quarter, we had a pretty good defense. But to allow two touchdowns, like open touchdowns, to Antonio Gibson and then Kiami Brown is absolutely terrible. I'm sorry. You need to look at what happened this week and see teams are, again, we scored and won, but teams will see that we allowed 300 yards to Sam Howell and we had like 3 broken plays. Brian Robinson had 120 yards, and out of those 120 yards, like 70 or 80 of them were just from like 2 catches, where he just caught the 6-yard pass and then ran straight down the field. That's how the opening touchdown started. So run defense played well. Leonard got that first sack. Boye is now the most consecutive sacks ever in Seahawks history with 7 games. So shout out to Boye Mafe. He continues to be that prospect that we drafted him for a couple years ago. I love that. Leonard Williams already showing a huge impact on this D-line. Gives Jaren Reed time to rest. I love the fact that our D-line is playing well. We got pressure all game despite heavy pressure from just the refs are blind. They could not. I remember seeing multiple holding calls where Jaren Reed was running down and then the left guard would just be holding him like this. Like there would be no way for Jaren Reed to get anything done. Where the refs were a bit weird with that because they did call the same exact thing on Phil Haynes for the Seahawks O-line, so it's kind of weird that they did that. But this defensive line played well. They did not fall for these screens. Apart from like 1 or 2 runs, they played the run well. And it just comes down to this linebacker core and then this safety tandem. I want to give my props to Jamal Adams. He generated pressure again. He continues to be a good tackler. He did miss a couple, but he continues to be a good tackler. And his coverage has improved since we last saw him last year or 2 years ago. I can't really say last year. But Quandre Diggs, what are you doing, man? Again, like last week, you were playing so far off, and maybe that scheme probably is, but you cannot be you cannot be biting this hard on plays and then just giving up, especially on that last touchdown. You jumped, and you just missed, and then you gave up on the play. It was just Trey Brown chasing him down. Yeah, and then Bobby Wagner, um, really it's really starting to show that he cannot run and compete at that top level with these receivers anymore. But he had some good plays in the on the D line, and he made some good tackles. He's going to be playing. He's playing as well as you would want for a player of his age. Brooks had, I think, his worst game of the year. He missed a couple tackles. Um, he did make a couple plays, but I think and it wasn't a bad game. I think he still played all right. Reek played well. I think he had good coverage, cut from like one pass on the first in the first quarter. Witherspoon had a couple pass breakups, almost an interception, and a forced fumble. So Spoon continues campaign for Rookie of the Year, and yeah, just the allowing that many passing yards on a touchdown is amazing. I don't know. I thought after Tyler Lockett got that second touchdown, we would not. I thought the defense would take care of it, and we almost did. So I just want us to close better. I don't like the fact that he got 300 yards, even though a lot of that was yak. He got 300 yards on that. So yeah, defense has got to the secondary's got to step it up. We got to have Diggs play better. I don't know what he's doing right now. And then to this offense, let's go with that. So started out slow, 3 field goals. Could have gotten a fourth one, but I'm not gonna stress over that fourth field goal right now. But we did make some mistakes. Like I feel like there were some throws that Gino like completely overthrew DK or threw behind him. That's gonna happen again. That's gonna happen with any quarterback. That's not dumping on Gino. That's happening with every quarterback in the league. If you don't believe that, just watch any other NFL game. Okay. Um, he had some incompletions. He had that mistake, of course, at before halftime with the throwing the ball to no one, seemingly. And but other than that, he played a great game. He made some good throws, like right on that Emmanuel Forbes ejection play. That was a good throw. Tyler Lockett just couldn't bring it down, but that was a good throw nonetheless. K9, you see, you give him 19 carries, he doesn't produce, he doesn't get 100 yards, but we won. And I saw the stat. I think we're like 15-1 when we run more, like 14 plus rushes with K9. So it's amazing that we gave him the ball. Yeah, 19 carries for 63 yards is not something to write home about. It's not amazing, you know? But we at least didn't abandon it in the first quarter like we've done in the last 2 games. Metcalf, Lockett, both played well. JSN continues to get production, but he's not being forced into a role that he's not ready for yet, which is good. Metcalf had that clutch play at the very end of the game, so props to Metcalf. No temper tantrum today. I really like the way his season is going. Lockett with that touchdown grab, and I hope he's all right. I hope there wasn't any like lingering conditions from that hit. And yeah, Jason Myers definitely did his job. 5 for 5 today, especially the game winner. Michael Dixon again did his job. Good punts, and they did hit him. I'm surprised that didn't get called. Um, but yeah, just a good offensive performance in the end, but the defense really needs to step it up. I can't stress this enough. It has to be locked down and set up, okay? We played well in the first half, and I don't understand what happened. It's clearly one or two people that are making these holes in the thing. Yeah, just a great game from our receivers. I think the tight ends did their job with the blocking, and Disley caught a couple. I don't know what's going on with Parkinson still, but Disley and Fant played well. Receivers played well. Running back played well. O-line did have a few hiccups, but we picked it up. Charles Cross is continuing to he struggles a bit, but he's getting better. Um, the holding calls on Phil Haynes and Damian Lewis were both bogus, so I'm not taking that away from their game. Forsyth and Peters didn't do too badly, so that I'm glad that we could survive with that. And yeah, it was just mainly this defensive line that got had the problem. It was just not sorry, excuse me. It was mainly this secondary with the safety tandem that kind of messed up. I didn't really see Julian Love much in this game after the first half. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, just in general, it's like, yeah. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, go Hawks. I'll talk about this later. See ya.